Yeah, dude, I don't know. She told me she loved me, and suddenly she doesn't come back with a car 3 days ago. I looked around and I realized the dog's gone. She took the goldfish, the hamster. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I'm going to make another YouTube video. That's going to be... No, I never wear my pants while I'm making YouTube videos. It's more comfortable, though. So Hey. Hi, everybody. You tell me when that thing's on? Hey. Hi. I'm glad you joined me. Here's a question. When was the last time you thought about zinc? I do it all the time. I was down at the bar with my buddies the other day, and we were talking, and I just turned to my buddies and I said, hey, I feel like I don't get enough zinc. What about you? No, that actually never happened. And yet, right now, zinc is quietly running over 300 different chemical reactions inside of your body. It keeps your immune system armed. It helps heal wounds, protecting your eyesight, and even make sure that you can taste your food or the beer that you may be drinking. For those of us a little wiser and a little older, it becomes one of the most important minerals we're probably not paying enough attention to. So let's try doing that right now with this video. All right, let's talk about zinc. Now, I know that some of you might be thinking, zinc? Really? But stick with me, because it's one of those minerals that quietly does an enormous amount of work behind the scenes. And for those of us who are getting a little older and a little wiser like me, it's more important than you might realize. Zinc is involved in over 300 enzyme reactions in the body. It plays a role on our immune system, our ability to heal, our vision, and even our ability to taste food. What? And here's the thing, as we get older, our bodies don't absorb zinc quite as efficiently as they used to. So let's dig into why that matters and what we can do about it. So why does zinc matter so much for us older folks? Well, let me give you the 4 big ones. Immunity, that's a big one. Zinc supports the production of white blood cells and T cells, not Mr. T cells. If you're old enough, you'll remember that one. The little soldiers that patrol our bodies and fight off infection. It also helps dial down our low-grade inflammation that tends to build up as we age. That inflammation, by the way, is one of the main reasons we become more susceptible to illness over time. Wound healing, that's another big one. Zinc is essential for protein synthesis, which is just a fancy way of saying it helps the body build new tissue. Oh, when I was younger, I used to get that new tissue. Okay, wait, stop. Every time we have a cut, a bruise, or a surgical wound, I've had a few of those myself, zinc is one of the key players in the repair crew. Vision. Oh, yeah, that one doesn't matter at all, does it? This one surprises a lot of people. Zinc actually plays a role in protecting our eyes against age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. Wait, I used to have one of those AMD pacers back in the... Oh, it's totally... It's AMC, that's right. AMD, which is one of the leading causes of vision loss for us older people. Cellular repair. Oh, that one doesn't matter at all, does it? Our cells are consistently dividing and renewing themselves, and zinc drives the DNA synthesis that makes that possible. It's foundational in keeping our tissues healthy at a cellular level. 4 important jobs, 1 mineral. Let's look at each a little more closely. Let's start with immunity, because it's an important one, isn't it? Because this is where zinc really shines, and it's probably the most familiar benefit. Our immune system works by deploying white blood cells and T cells to identify and destroy viruses, bacteria, and other pathogens. Zinc is essential for producing those cells and keeping them functioning properly. But here's something really interesting. Research has shown that zinc can actually help shorten the duration and reduce the severity of viral infections, including the common cold. You may have seen those zinc lozenges at the pharmacy. Well, that's exactly what they're for, and there's genuine science behind it. For those of us who are a little bit older, this matters even more. Our immune system naturally becomes less responsive over time. It's something called immunosenescence. I know I mispronounced that, which is a big word for the immune system slowing down as we age. Zinc helps counteract that. It reduces the age-related inflammation that progressively weakens our defenses, keeping our immune response a bit sharper and more ready to act. Now, think of zinc as one of those things that helps keep the immune system in fighting shape as we get older. Okay, let's talk about wound healing. Now, this one's going to resonate a lot with most of us, I think. Have you ever noticed that a cut or a wound or bruise takes a bit longer to heal than it used to? It's actually pretty common for us older people. I know I have this issue where my forearms look awful. And zinc, they say, is part of the reason why. Healing a wound isn't just about covering it up and waiting. The body has to actually rebuild the tissue, and that process requires protein synthesis. Zinc is one of those essential drivers of the process. Without enough zinc, the body's ability to lay down new tissue is compromised. There is real clinical evidence here too. Studies have shown that zinc supplementation can accelerate healing in diabetic foot ulcers and surgical wounds, among others. If you or someone that you care for has been dealing with a wound that just doesn't seem to want to close the way it should, zinc status is actually one of the things a doctor might check. It's easy and breezy. Get it done. The bottom line is zinc is part of what gives the body its ability to rebuild and repair. It's working hard every time we need it, but we just don't give it the credit, or we don't think about it. Okay, this is one that really catches people off guard. Zinc and eye health. Absolutely. Age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, is one of the leading causes of vision loss in older folks, folks like me. It affects the central part of the retina and can make everyday activities like reading and driving incredibly difficult over time. Here's where zinc comes in. The retina is actually one of the highest concentrations of zinc in any tissue of the body. Did you know that? I didn't. And research, including large clinical trials, have found that a combination of zinc and antioxidant vitamin C and vitamin E may help slow the progression of AMD in people who already have the early stages of the disease. This is genuinely hopeful news. It doesn't reverse damage that already occurred, but slowing the progression matters enormously for the quality of life and independence. If you or someone else has been diagnosed with AMD, or maybe you have a family history of it, this is absolutely worth talking to your eye doctor or your regular physician. How would you know if you're getting enough zinc? Let's look at the 4 warning signs of the apocalypse. No, 4 warning signs of not getting enough zinc. Unexplained fatigue. If you're feeling persistently tired and you can't point to a clear reason, you've been getting good sleep and you're not sick or anything, low zinc could be a contributing factor. A loss of taste or smell. Oh, that's a tragedy. This one actually is a classic, well-known sign of zinc deficiency. I didn't know that. If food has started to seem a little less flavorful or your sense of smell has faded, it's worth mentioning to your doctor. God, I would love my sense of taste to go away so I would eat less and lose weight, but that's not going to happen. Well, many of us chalk these symptoms up to just getting older and never going any further, just kind of dealing with it. But sometimes it really is something simple as a nutrient deficiency. Zinc! Okay, slow healing wounds. We just talked about this one, but if cuts and bruises and sores are taking unusually long to close, that's a signal worth taking seriously. Frequent infections, if you're catching colds more often than usual, or respiratory infections seem to keep coming back, your immune system might be running low on zinc. It needs it to function well, you know. Not all of these signs on their own are definitive, but if you're nodding along with one or more of these, it's a good reason to bring it up with your healthcare provider, right? Okay, let's talk about numbers, because this is where a lot of people get confused. The daily recommendation of allowance is 8 milligrams for women and 11 milligrams for men. That's the target from all sources combined, food and supplements included. The safer upper limit is 40 milligrams per day. That's important to know because zinc is one of those minerals where more is definitely not better. Exceeding 40 milligrams regularly can actually interfere with the absorption of copper and iron, two other essential minerals that can create a whole new set of problems. You might also see something called the therapeutic dose mentioned, 25 to 50 milligrams, but that's for short-term, medically supervised use only for things like treating confirmed deficiencies or a specific condition like skin ulcers. It's not something to try on your own without guidance, okay? The takeaway here is refreshingly simple. Aim for 8 to 11 milligrams a day through your diet, and if you feel like you need supplements, talk to your doctor about what the right dose is for your situation. Okay, let's bring it all home with 3 things I'd love for everyone to walk away with today. Number 1, daily zinc intake matters, especially after 65. As we get older, we absorb zinc less efficiently, and our need for it does not go down. Aim for 8 to 11 milligrams per day through food, oysters, red meat, poultry, beans, nuts, seeds, whole grains. Look it up if you're interested. And there's all kinds of good sources. If food alone isn't cutting it, a modest supplement can fill the gap. Number 2, don't go overboard. Stay under 40 milligrams per day unless your doctor specifically tells you otherwise. High doses can backfire by depleting copper and iron, which can cause fatigue and other issues. The goal is balance, not excess. Number 3, pay attention to the warning signs: fatigue, loss of taste, slow healing wounds, frequent infections maybe. These are not things to just shrug off and accept as part of getting older. They can be signals that something's a little off, and zinc deficiency actually could be one of the more common and very easily fixed causes. A simple conversation with your doctor or even a straightforward blood test can tell you where you stand. That small investment for something that touches your immunity, your healing, your vision, and your overall vitality. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned a little bit. If you have any questions, put it in the chat and we can talk about it. Got any ideas for other videos? Do the same. Aloha from Maui, Hawaii. Thanks for joining me.